Okay, this is some Imperial Guard cheap tactics. Some of these I have never used just because I just don't do tactics as cheap. But I mean, if you need them in a tournament, I'd say go for it, because the Imperial Guard are one of the armies that can do this the absolute best. No army can do this better than the Imperial Guard, so this tactic is a complete exploitation of the wording of rules in 5th edition. This one uses 2 squads. It doesn't have to be a heavy weapon squad, but you take any 2 squads. It works better with combined squads just because there's so many guys. You put a row of them in the front. So here's my row of my guard squad, my infantry squad. And then you put all of the rest of them in the back, so that more than half of them are in their back. There's 5 models in the back there, so you've got more than half behind this squad. So basically what you've done, even though you have good line of sight to them, they're getting cover. So if anyone shoots my heavy weapon teams, they're going to get a 4+ cover save, because they're shooting through my squad. If you shoot at my guard in the front, well, let's take off that cover save, let's kill these guard. Well, more than half of them are behind the heavy weapon teams. So the heavy weapon teams give a cover save to the same squad that gives the heavy weapon team a cover save. It's really cheap, but if you need a cover save, this is just fantastic. The guard in particular are the best at this because of their rule for their platoon. Since this is all one platoon, models in the same platoon can shoot through each other without conferring a cover save to the enemy. So the heavy bolters can shoot at the enemy. Even though they're shooting through my squad, the enemy doesn't get a cover save from it because they're in part of the same platoon. So they act kind of like one unit in some ways. If you do combined squads, it's easier to do this because you can put those 4 guys in the front and put like 15 or so in the back, which makes it a whole lot harder to get rid of that cover save. Or you can surround a larger unit or surround more units of heavy weapons. So I guess that's cheap tactic number 1. Okay, I mentioned this one briefly in my Chimera video. This one is it's either called Chimera Spam or Valk Spam. Basically what you do, the only effective way to do it is with veterans. And you basically fill up your troop choices. So you get 6 Chimeras, 6 squads of veterans, each with 3 melta guns or 3 plasma guns. Melta guns are usually the most effective. Yeah, so, I mean, just imagine, I almost never get 2 of these taken out. You're running 6 of them with 3 melta guns in each one, and you just run around and kill everything. It's really cheap. And the Valkyries are a little bit more expensive, but they have an absurd amount of weapons and armor for what you pay for them. Valkyries are... Taking more than 1 or 2 Valkyries is usually cheap by itself, and you throw in the veterans with the melta guns and everything, it's just mean. So, anytime you see a list fielding a whole crap load of Valkyries or a whole crap load of Chimeras and with veterans, melta guns inside, you know you're in for a rough ride. Alright, the only form of the Chimera Rush or the Chimera Spam I ever do is I would run 2. 2 isn't a lot, but if you give it supporting fire, that's actually pretty good still. So, like I said before, I run 2 meltas in it and a flamer. So, one of the big weaknesses of the Chimera Spam is that as soon as you kill the Chimera, if you can pop the Chimera, the unit's pretty weak to infantry attacks, both up close, charging, and shooting. So if they can actually pop the Chimeras, then the guys inside are most likely screwed, which allows them to get to the other Chimera and wipe it out and kind of sweep through your flank. So, running a Chimera Spam of 2 Chimeras, running right behind it at the same speed, some Sentinels, offers a great amount of anti-infantry, and if need be, they can charge it. Basically, these guys are pushing through the lines like a bunch of, I don't even know what. I don't play football. I don't even know what they're called. But they're pushing through the lines, and they need to get to the other side of the board. Anytime someone gets near them to take them out, these guys just run off to the side and punch them out. charge them if they have to, lock them in combat, just protect these so they can get to the objective on your opponent's board, and so they can destroy any heavy vehicles. It's just a great strategy. Okay, so that's it on the cheap tactics for the moment. I'll be uploading more as soon as I remember more, but I think I might make it a regular kind of segment, just cheap tactics for whatever army, so you'll probably be seeing more of them because there's so many out there. Yeah, so I'll see you guys later.